When I was moving into childbirth with my son, Hudson, I was really, really focused on the outcome of the birth in regards to if I had unmedicated birth or cesarean birth versus how empowered I was through the process. I wasn't even really thinking about the empowerment part that much. I thought like I need to get through it and have that like badge of honor. And at the time, I thought that badge of honor meant an unmedicated birth. My tunes have changed a lot since then, but that thought process really limited me in the birth experience because I was just like, instead of not accepting the medication because that's like what I really felt was right for me, I was rejecting it because I thought like, no, I have to have this birth. And there were a few points where I thought, and I really need the epidural. And the people around me were wonderful. They're like, yeah, if that's like what you need, you can have that. But my intuition kind of poked up and was like, no, you actually don't want it. And so I got through the process having the unmedicated experience, but I was missing that empowerment. So I focused more on the outcome, not the outcome of healthy mom, healthy baby. Of course, that's ultimately the true outcome that we all want. But I was really missing that empowerment piece. And I experienced that with a lot of my clients. They are so focused on that outcome that they have decided that they need. Like, and sometimes it's even more than just the unmedicated birth. It's like, I need to have an unmedicated birth in this certain bathtub in my home with these certain candles. I mean, there's a lot of criteria, and it can be really constraining, and it can prevent like the flow of birth. And we never know exactly what's going to move into that flow as you're moving through birth. And then I have friends who are so ashamed that they didn't achieve the outcome that they wanted, that when you ask about their birth, they immediately clam up and they'll say, oh, I eventually got the epidural. And like they're ashamed of it. And I do not want any woman to feel ashamed of whatever outcome she has at the end of her birth, because if she has that beautiful, healthy baby, she's healthy, that's what matters. It doesn't matter if she had a cesarean birth or the epidural. And I don't mean that it doesn't matter in regards to she might have like some feelings around that she needs to work through, but it doesn't matter in the big scheme of what people think about you. None of that matters. All that matters is how you feel about your birth and getting right with that. And throughout this course, we're going to support you in that and support you in figuring out what is it that I truly want, but also releasing attachment to that as well, and knowing that you are going to have the birth that you're meant to have, even if that looks totally different than the story that we help you create about your birth. And the empowerment piece, personally, I think that the definition of empowerment is a little bit different for each woman. For me, when I'm feeling empowered, the sensations that I feel in my body are this like really deep sense of groundedness. I almost feel like heavy. I feel this really deep truth that no matter what I like say or what actions I take right now, like I'm really acting from my own space of authenticity. Like I trust myself in this space. I do not always feel that way. But I know that when I have that groundedness in my body, I trust what's moving through my mind, what's coming out of my mouth. I know that I'm living from a space of empowerment. And when I get pregnant, again, that's what I'm going to focus on more than the medications, the location. I'm going to focus on, am I feeling empowered in this moment? Before I make a decision, do I feel empowered? And I might choose an epidural. I might need a cesarean birth. And that's okay as long as I'm, again, making those decisions from a space of empowerment. So I really encourage you can even pause this video for a minute and meditate for a moment on the word empowerment and what does that bring up for you. And it might take a few times to really like settle into a knowingness of what that word means to you, but start to examine that and create your own definition and start to practice living from that space as much as you can.
So